Previously on Jimmy Barnes.
Congealed and almonds make me nauseous. Oh dear. But in fact, I would go as far as I'm enjoying it. So it is day 4 of the 7-day curry challenge. It's a Wednesday and it's my homemade curry day. That's a very exciting one because I'm making my specialty homemade tikka masala. The first thing I need to do is to get this wok nice and hot and get some olive oil in. Not loads, but just a decent amount to coat the pan. That's warming up nicely. Chicken breast, plenty here. This is going to serve 4 hungry people. It needs to be cooked thoroughly. Tikka masala spice pot from Patak's, yeah. I like Patak's, it's a good brand. Whether you consider this cheating or not, I don't, because it's only like getting a pack of spices from the World Food aisle in Sainsbury's or something. This is just nice because it's like a paste, and especially with something like a tikka masala where the chicken should be marinated either before or as it's cooking. You know, I think it's perfect really. One thing I can be doing just while this chicken's cooking through is just open my spice pot. I'm not going to tip it all in yet. I'm just looking for some of these oils just to sort of drip a little bit. Well, I don't know if you can see that very well, but don't have to do that. That's just something I choose to do. And already, nice aroma. I mean, tikka masala is a sort of mild to medium curry. It's starting to cook through really nicely. That's not going to take much longer before we can get cracking. So the other magic ingredient with my tikka masala is this. Condensed cream of tomato soup. You can use normal soup. I prefer using condensed. It's really thick and that means you can sort of dilute it however you want and still have a nice thick sauce. But if you can only get normal tomato soup, then that's fine. Soup might be a weird thing for some people to use, but supposedly tikka masala was invented by someone who used tomato soup. So this is the traditional way, apparently. So I would say that is done. I think I do need a metal spoon. Excuse me, Pooch. Just find a bigger spoon here. A bit too big. Obviously, it's got to be left a hell of a lot longer than just a few minutes because I like a curry sauce to be simmering for at least 45 minutes just to get the sauce nice and thick, get everything sort of marinating together. I'm quite mean, not mean as in I don't like using a lot, but mean as in I don't like leaving anything behind with these spice pots, so I'll probably end up rinsing this out in a bit just so I can get all this lovely flavour. We'll be serving this with just some plain white rice, I think, and a few fries, a few chips, some naan bread. So as you can see, the chicken's gone sort of this really nice orangey brown colour, just making sure it's all stirred thoroughly so that all the chicken's getting coated. Really nice smell coming through now. So this is going to give both the chicken itself and the sauce just a really good robust flavour. But what I need to do now is get my can of soup open. It'll start to bubble away nicely. And we dump this in. One thing I don't like about this, and plus yes I make a mess and there's a lot of splashing, but it's all in a good cause. Now then, I'm not going to throw this can away or into the recycling straight away. You'll see why in a sec. I'm just trying to get as much of this thick condensed soup mixture out as possible. So I mix it around, and there you can see it's sort of gone into a nice lumpy chickeny sludge. So now what I do with the can, I'm going to put about half of milk in it, about half of water. All water would be fine, or even a bit more milk if you prefer. I just do half and half, but it's not an exact science. So this thins it out, obviously, and makes it resemble the sauce that we're going to be eating later, of course. And like I say, I'm not one for wasting ingredients, so I do like to try and get as much out as I can. Probably good enough, I think. Then we have to give it a really good stir. So you see how easy it is. I mean, it's kind of made already. I'm just waiting for this wok full of delicious curry to start bubbling, and then I'll turn it right down. And that'll be it until near the very end, where someone, my mum probably, will just add some yogurt near the end. Some natural, normal Greek or whatever, as long as it's plain yogurt. Stick some in here at the end, and hopefully I'll show you some footage of that later on. And then it's perfect. It just takes away a little bit of the harshness of all the spices. Right, so as you can see, this is starting to bubble away nicely. I've brought it to the boil. So what I can do now is turn it down all the way to the lowest heat, to simmer, and leave it at least 45 minutes. I say leave it, just make sure you stir it every 5 minutes or whatever, just so that things don't stick to the pan. It doesn't matter if you leave it for longer, it doesn't spoil as long as you're keeping an eye on it. So the last step, it's about 10 minutes before it's ready to serve. Stick a fair amount of yogurt in there with the whole pot.
Yes.
Yeah, it does add to the flavour. So now this will need to come back up to its full heat now, which will take about 10 minutes or so. And then it's done. Oh, 5 minutes.
That's fine, that's all it
About
takes.
5 minutes. So you can join us when we're eating it next then. Yeah?
Very nice.
Good as usual, is it?
Yeah, even better. Which do you prefer, Alice? Cheeky?
This one.
Yeah, it's milder, isn't it? Well, I mean, that isn't in that hot that I've been.
No, hotter than this. Which do you prefer, Emily?
I don't know, probably this one.
And the chicken as well. From Tesco. Tesco's best.
Mm.
Mini fillets, I think they're called. Really nice.
I mean, I've said this easily serves 4 hungry people, but wouldn't it? It would serve 5, really, wouldn't it?
It would serve 5, we just have to do extra rice and chips. Oh yeah, you'd get 5
Those
portions.
are extra roster, don't it?
You'd easily get 5 portions out of it. I heard you explaining about the condensed tomato.
Mm. Well, it's good for cooking, but yeah.
Well, it is, that's what it says on the can. Good for cooking. I can't remember the last time you made one with ordinary tomato soup, actually.
I have done it a couple of times.
Not recently, though.
I was surprised how nice the lamb was that I had last night.
Oh, good.
Oh, I say surprised. I'd had a lamb address from there a few weeks ago, and it was really good quality. But I think it's because that vindaloo was so easy for me to eat. I couldn't believe that I actually
Because it
finished
wasn't too hot.
Not compared to what I expected, no.
Perhaps it was a redress under another name.
I mean, I definitely checked the menu and everything to make sure that it was classed as, you know, very hot.
Is that the one I was disappointed with when we had it?
No, you're thinking of Clay Coscadam and Torres. I had curry and chips from there on Sunday and they weren't brilliant.
Mine's my lemon.
You can have it if you want.
This piece. Dad, guess who my favourite YouTuber is right now?
Me.
Yeah. And also, like, what's his name? Not Pop Top, that was the one.
Oh, you don't like the Pop Tart?
No, he's okay. Oh, Leroy Scribbles. I like his name.
No. But you like all the swearing that goes on in their house as well, don't you?
I haven't watched many of their videos. I probably only watched 2.
Day 5, Thursday, December the 3rd. And you know what? I'm excited to be having curry again. 5 days in a row. Got 2 more left to go in this 7-day curry challenge. And I've got a lamb madras and pilau rice. And I've also got a plain naan. Now this is a takeaway I've used that I've never used before. Deli Nights it's called. That looks like a nice naan. No idea what this curry's like. And also I'm trying something new again. But this time it's not anything Indian food related. Although it kind of is. I've got this bottle of alcohol-free Cobra Lager. For those who don't know, I'm teetotal. I don't drink alcohol. I used to like Cobra, I used to love it, especially with an Indian back in my drinking days. So let's give this a shot. Feels like there's bits in it. It's not bad. Very smooth and not gassy at all, which is quite a trademark of Cobra. I mean, it's drinkable. So for the first time I've ever tried non-alcoholic lager, it's alright. I prefer like a juice or a Coke or something with my meals these days. I didn't bother filming all the serving of the curry, as I know these videos are going to be quite long, so I'm sort of trying to be a bit more prompt about things now. But that naan smells really nice. Let's give Deli Nights lamb madras a try. Could be a hot one, you never know. Lovely sauce. This naan is really nice because it's got that slight sweetness to it that a good naan bread should have. And this sauce says madras. There's no real heat to it yet. Whether it'll build up, I don't know. Rice is lovely. I'm impressed so far. I think I've found a new takeaway to add into my regular rotation. Let's try a piece of this lamb. Let me show you. For the second time I've had lamb this week. There again, that's nice. Not quite as tender as the lamb I had a couple of days ago in that vindaloo, but still very nice, tastes good quality. This is a lovely meal. So as I said, this will be my 5th curry on the trot, and I've still got 2 more to go. Tomorrow and Saturday, the final day. And I really thought that I'd be getting bored of curry by now, but whether it's because I've been having different ones from different places, plus I've made one, the one I did yesterday. I'm not fed up with curry yet. I've been properly looking forward to this. And I dare say I'll be looking forward to tomorrow's and Saturday's as well. Really like the rice. It kind of looks like a sort of slightly darker basmati, but it is pilau. Probably the worst thing about this meal is this beer, and this isn't horrible, it's fine. This sauce is so nice. Good quality meat. I'd like to try the chicken from here. So I hope you've been enjoying my attempts at a bit of a curry binge, a curry marathon, over the course of these 2 videos. I suppose a question I could ask you that you could answer me in the comments: are you up for the curry challenge yourself? Probably not. It certainly isn't a tag challenge. And even if I did decide to tag some of you, I bet you just think, no, I ain't doing that. This may be the highlight so far. We started off a bit disappointingly on Sunday with that very poor quality curry and chips. Monday we shot up about 4 gears with the Iceland microwave Makani masala. And Tuesday, supposedly the hottest on the menu, was a lamb vindaloo that had some kick to it, had some oomph, but I was fine. And by the way, without wanting me to get too toiletarian about it, it didn't really affect me the following day afterwards. And again, this madras, it's got just a nice sort of almost gentle kind of heat in my throat, where it's just sort of feeling like a little warm without being sort of too sort of stabby. Here I am, look, clean plate nearly again. And there we are. Done. I'm gonna have some more, as I've still got half a rice and half a curry left. That was exceptional, that really was. Never tried that restaurant before, or the takeaway. I think it is a restaurant actually. Lovely fresh naan here, really nice. One of the nicest naans I've had in a long time. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. In fact, if the lamb had been just a little bit more tender and melt in the mouth, I would have got full marks. And I get the feeling, if I'd picked chicken madras, and chicken, I'm less fussy with that anyway, it would have got a 10 out of 10 from me. But a very, very respectable 9 out of 10 goes to Deli Nights. So tomorrow's the penultimate day. See what I order, where from, and whether I enjoy it. The penultimate day of Curry Week, or the Curry Challenge. And as I said yesterday, I have been really enjoying this. Today's meal is from a place that is local, like all the takeaways I've used have been. Anakali, it's a restaurant and Indian takeaway. And what I've ordered is lamb tikka vindaloo and another plain naan. Now, before people get excited, always having vindaloo again. This vindaloo, it does look like it's going to be strong, but I think because of where the owners of this particular restaurant are from, their vindaloo is actually milder than their madras. Their very hot curry on their menu is something that I've never had before, but apparently it's one of the strongest around here. It's called a Salon, and I did briefly contemplate getting that tonight, but I didn't want to be Tom Dick on the penultimate night of Curry Week. Anakali, I've used this restaurant, I've been to the restaurant and I've used the takeaway a lot of times. First time I've used them for a while, kind of went off them a little bit, but supposedly their quality has started rising again, back to their sort of glory days, so giving them a bash tonight. So let's have a look at this naan. Still fairly warm, nice and soft with some bubbly bits. And let's try this, in inverted commas, vindaloo sauce. Yeah. See, this vindaloo, according to the people who run this takeaway, is supposed to be quite a medium curry, really. It's nice, it's got a nice flavour. When you say vindaloo to people, everyone thinks, oh, the one that blows your bollocks off, kind of thing. And this isn't. I think it's all a case of really where on the Indian subcontinent you're from. The rice is decent, it's like that sort of white but with little sort of bright colours in it. You probably can't see that too well. Maybe a little bit sort of al dente for my tastes, but it's fine, it's certainly eatable. It's got almost like a tangy flavour to it, I would say. There's a very slight sweet and sour vibe going on. Right then, lamb tikka. I mean, I've had lamb 3 times this week now, including twice on the trot, yesterday and today, but I've not had lamb tikka in a curry. I've not had lamb tikka itself in quite some time, so this is kind of like my different thing, or slightly different thing for today. So let's see what this is like. Yeah, that's really nice. Marinated lamb. Obviously chicken tikka is more common. Not massively tender, but nice flavour. So this particular Indian anakali has been open about 10 years or so. No, maybe a bit longer actually, I think. Maybe 15 years. I used to get a lot of curries from there. Their madras could sometimes be so hot, it would just be wow. And I probably would have had a madras of some sort from there today, but I had a lamb madras yesterday, which was absolutely beautiful. I gave that 9 out of 10, and I'm wishing that I'd given it full marks, really. And I may or may not, but I will, be having a madras, sharing one with my mother tomorrow. It's called a vindaloo, but it does say on the menu it's medium. It doesn't say very hot. So if you order this and you expect it to heat you up, so to speak, in the way a vindaloo should, then it's your own fault for not checking the small print on the menu. This is still the same Coke that I got on Sunday with that rather crappy curry and chips. So this is pretty much flat now, but I like flat Coke, so I'll happily eat a chapati, but those seem kind of drier than a naan. And those other breads as well. There's one called a roti that you can get that's quite nice. Of course, thanks to the suggestion of the lovely dark unicorn moon, I did try my first ever keema naan earlier this week, and I enjoyed that. Not something that I would want to have every single time, but it certainly made a change. I don't have lamb an awful lot, so that's been a bit of a treat for me, just to have lamb 3 times this week, as normally it's chicken. I would have loved a beef curry this week. Never make one, always make it with chicken, as I'm not just catering to me, but I'm catering to my family as well. But there were no Indian takeaways delivering that I could find in this area that did beef curry. If you look at that piece of lamb tikka, in this light, and I've not bothered setting up my additional lighting for these bits either, maybe I should have done, but I think I'd set it up on Sunday and then forgot to turn it on, and then after I watched it back, I was like, well, it probably wouldn't have made much difference, so I just didn't bother setting it up for the rest of the week. So there we are, done. Was it as good as yesterday's lamb madras from Deli Night? No. Was it as good as the lamb vindaloo from Claycross Tandoori that I had earlier in the week? It's not really comparable, because to me that vindaloo and this vindaloo are 2 completely different curries. But I would say, yeah, just about. 8 out of 10 I'm going to give this. Rice was okay, maybe a little bit undercooked for my particular preferences. Really nice meat, really nice sort of tangy, almost sweet and sour style sauce. Yeah, very nice. So join me tomorrow for the very last part, the very last day of the 1 week curry challenge.
Oh, good. I like it. Do you want to turn around some of it? No.
Try the tiny bit, please.
Rice.
Thank you. Can I have some of that sauce, please, Nan?
Yes, I'll put your spoonful
Yay.
on.
Thank you.
Oh, it's not that spicy. Not a bit salt anyway.
I think it is. Because it's madras. Madras is spicy.
That one I did the day won't.
Wasn't.
Nah.
Oh,
Can
well.
you
Should
put
have
some-
vindaloo then.
Well, I did that on Tuesday, didn't
Can you put some chicken on here, please? When you put your sauce on.
Well, I'll put my sauce on. So.
I mean, your mint sauce.
Oh, I see, yeah. Where's this chicken?
Yeah.
It looks as though it's nice chicken, it always is. Falls to pieces as you cut it. You can do your own curry with it then, can't you?
I can't post on YouTube though, because I haven't got an account.
No.
Oh, you're not having one, are you? Some more chips, more.
Toya.
She's a bit bored. Well, don't you think you've grown?
Hello, Kettle. I'm Mr. Parsons.
Hot kettle black.
Can you edit that bit out where I just smashed the camera?
Stop breaking the fourth wall all the time, you.
I like talking about Coronation Street. I find it's quite an interesting programme.
You don't watch it.
Yeah, the interesting programme that people talking about it are far from interesting.
Rude.
Well,
Watching Strictly, James?
no.
Short answer to that.
Well, I never do I?
You've got the night lights. Musicals week this week.
You thought I'd watch it because it's musical this week? Oh, yes, yeah. That's what I'm known for, being a massive fan of musicals.
No. Ram's been on to the colour week.
But it had to be this, really. I mean, that one the other night, Thursday, was it? Yeah. From Delhi Nights. Oh, that was so nice. Delicious as always.
It was. Okay.